Of a comedian to find out where the line is drawn and deliberately cross over it. Donald always says money can't buy happiness, but it can buy the best Eastern European whores New York City has to offer.
Okay, well, you may know Gilbert Gottfried from his charming comedy routines, or believe it or not, from adorable children's movies. He's currently involved in a documentary about the line between humor and censorship.
Children's movies, really? Well,
yeah.
this film.
Disney?
Yeah, Disney, okay. This film that you just saw a little snippet of is called Can We Take a Joke? And with us today is the director of that documentary, Ted Balaker, and comedian Karith Foster. Welcome to Great Day.
Thanks for having us.
Now, tell us about why you decided to do this film. There's a lot going on right now with politics and off-the-cuff remarks.
Yeah.
Some Americans are offended, some are laughing. Tell me where this...
A lot of people just can't take a joke these days, and I love stand-up comedy. I watch a lot of it, and I thought, you know, enough is enough. There's really a lot of great stuff going on in comedy. If you can't take a joke, you know, maybe it's time to look internally at yourself and realize that being offended isn't the worst thing in the world. You can actually be offended and still survive.
This was either going to be the greatest movie ever or just a series of people saying, no, 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 Americans, we can't take a joke.
I told you guys, I love this. It's a beautiful film.
You love it?
Yeah, dirty, bad,
everything you like, yeah.
I mean, all that stuff. But I think the perspective you guys were taking in this film was not the people who are saying it, it's the people who are hearing it. Is that eventually going to be manageable? Is it possible?
I think so. I think what we have now is new social media, smartphones, stuff like that. Comedians like Karith didn't have to deal with these gizmos and contraptions even just 10 years ago. And so what you're seeing is these people they're in the audience, they're taking clips out of context, putting it online, and everybody gets outraged. And it really hurts the artistic process that Karith and others have to go through.
Well, I think it's really interesting that everybody feels the need to express themselves. If they've been hurt, if they've been offended, if they've been shocked, instead of keeping it to themselves like we used to back in the day. You know, somebody said something at a comedy club, you didn't like it, you said, I didn't care for that joke, and you went home. Now people are actually like writing the club saying that comedian hurt my feelings. Well, okay, then don't go to comedy clubs.
So what do you think the role of a comedian is when you said in the clip, you step up to the line and you just go over it? But with social media, your clips can be taken out. Or you have maybe a 1 hour set and only 30 seconds make it to Twitter. So what responsibility do you have?
Comedians are the beacons of light and truth in this world. They are some of the smartest, most intelligent beings on this planet. I'm not saying that because I am one. But I think that people need to pay more attention. They need to listen, not just hear. They actually need to listen to the message being said, because a lot of comedy is done to actually shed light on important issues, social injustices, things that are happening in the world that we need to pay attention to. And some of it is uncomfortable. So people need to put their big girl panties on. Even you, Chris.
Yeah, I can do that.
I think they're on right now, yeah.
and move forward and listen.
Yeah, Lenny Bruce, George Carlin. There's so many comedians in the past who have walked over that line and just did what Gilbert was saying. Why now for the movie?
It seems to have reached a boiling point where, you know, 15 years ago I went to a comedy club and someone in the audience said, I'm offended, and the comedian shot back and said, oh, you know, who goes to a comedy club looking to be offended? And everybody had a good laugh. Fast forward to today, and that kind of thing is happening again and again and again. And I'm worried about what's going to happen to comedy. And the film, as you know, is about more than that, too. It's about free speech and speaking frankly about really the biggest issues of the day. And if we can't speak freely, we'll never have a good shot at fixing the biggest problems that we face.
So you believe that comedy really is a commentary on what's going on in society?
Without question.
Oh, yeah.
Without question.
Comedy clubs and prisons, I think, are the two things you look at. It's like that's how you can gauge how society
I'd rather go to the comedy club.
They're a lot more fun. A lot more fun. I've heard you both a long time. They're a lot more fun, trust me.
Later on that,
another segment.
I want to know where the screening is. Any local prisons you're screening?
We're big in prisons. That's our main demographic, actually. It's going to be at the museum this evening at 6:30. It's a private screening, but it will be in limited release in theaters on July 29th, and in most of the English-speaking world on August 2nd on demand. cable, satellite, that sort of thing.
Well, I disagree with you right there, okay? It can't be limited. You got to release this to every human being that has a mouth and a pair of
Every
ears.
American should get a copy. I
And
agree.
I'm actually
I
offended
agree.
English speaking.
we're
What did
co-
you mean by that?
We're coming to Tajikistan. You know, we're
Well, I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I watched every single film, single flick of this thing. It was beautiful. I love it, and I hope a lot of people do watch it. Thanks for sharing
I
it
skipped over
with
the
us.
offensive part.
No.
I'm sorry, I did not.
Not
sure
true.
it's about 30 seconds long, right?
Right, I got a good 5 minutes of it. Everything else. Well, hey, best of luck to you. Keep us laughing, and hopefully people will be enlightened through some of the information in your film.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much. You can check it out at canwetakeajoke.com.
Can we take a joke?